Today, we shall be talking about the types of companies on the basis of liability. Types of companies on the basis of ownership is a separate article which we have already uploaded. Today, the discussion will be based on the classification of companies on the basis of liability. Now, the first point in this segment comes for the company limited by shares. The liability of the members, it is limited to the amount, if any, unpaid on the shares held by them. Now see, when we purchase the shares, supposingly I have purchased the shares of rupees 10. So how much money have I to pay to the company? 10 rupees. They can call the 10 rupee in lump sum, or they can call some part on application and allotment, then on the first call and then the second call. But if I have one share, how much do I have to pay to the company is the price of one share, that is rupees 10. Now in this context, the liability of the members, it arises how much? To the amount of money unpaid on the shares held by them. So how much shares you are holding and the amount unpaid, what you have yet to pay, is the topic. Achha, I'll give you an example. It will take the things very clear. Supposedly, this is person Mr. K. He has shares of a particular company of the face value of rupees 2000. This much is very simple. The company launches the shares and Mr. K purchased the shares up to rupees 2000. He has already paid rupees 500 on the shares. The company asked for 500 rupees. Mr. K paid them. So what is the unpaid amount he has yet to pay is the difference between 2000 and 500 which he has already paid. This is 1500. Now in case the company goes for liquidation, the insolvency comes for the company will sell off the assets to pay to the creditors. The creditors, the debenture holders, the outsiders, the company has to sell the assets, right? Now, the company will be needing so many funds. For further funds, the company shall approach Mr. K that please give us the balance money. Now, my question is, how much money will Mr. K pay to the company? The company can ask him to pay the balance unpaid amount, that is the same 2000 minus 500, 1500 rupees. Liability of Mr. K is just to pay 1500 to the company, not beyond this amount. Even if the company is in lot of debt, company is in need of lot of money, but you can't ask Mr. K to pay a single penny more. He will just pay 1500 rupees. So this is the case of the company limited by share. The liability of Mr. K is just limited to the amount of money unpaid on the shares held by him. So I think now the thing is very clear. Secondly, if he has already paid 2000, so if he purchased the shares of 2000 rupees and he has already paid 2000 rupees to the company, then what is his present liability? It is nil. Now he will not pay any money to the company even if the company goes into liquidation. His liability is limited to the pending unpaid amount on the shares. I repeat, pending unpaid amount. That much he will pay. Usse zyada the company cannot ask him to pay, nor Mr. K will pay. So this is the first category, company limited by share. I hope I have made it very clear to you. Let's move forward. The second is company limited by guarantee. This is the second case. Liability of the members in this case is limited to the guarantee they take for the company guarantee. You know, sometimes you are looking for a house for yourself for rent, right? And the landlord says that I don't know you. So you may bring up a person whom you know as well as the landlord also knows. So what will that person say? That person will say, okay, I take the guarantee of this person that he will not run away with your belongings, that he will pay the rent in time, blah, 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 something like that. So he takes the guarantee. And this is how you get the flat for yourself. Now in this case, company limited by guarantee. If The liability of the members in this case, it will be just limited to the amount of guarantee they have taken. I'll give you an example. Again, this is Mr. K. In this case, he is not buying any shares. He is not buying any securities of the company. But what he has done is, he is taking the guarantee of the company to the extent of rupees 1 lakh. He has taken the guarantee that, okay, for 1 lakh, if the company defaults, I shall pay. What if the company defaults for 10 lakh? Still, he will pay only 1 lakh. His liability is limited to the amount of guarantee he has taken. If the company goes in the liquidation, the company can ask him to pay 1 lakh amount, because the company has to pay to the creditors, to the debenture holders, to the outsiders. Okay, but his liability is limited to the extent of 1 lakh, not beyond that. Even if the company has to pay lakhs and lakhs to the people, or company is in great crisis, or the creditors are just pulling money and all, but Mr. K will pay only 1 lakh, because his liability will be limited to 1 lakh, not beyond that. Clear? Now comes the third point, unlimited liability. The name only suggests that the liability is unlimited. There is no limit at all on the liability of the members. Okay, it is infinite. The liability is infinite. Just as the case of sole proprietorship, your personal assets will be attached if the company goes into liquidation. Again, example in the third case as well. This is Mr. K. He has shares of 2000 rupees, which he has already paid to the company. But his liability in the company is limited. In case his liability is unlimited, so we don't bother how much is the pending amount. In the first case, I told you the liability is just limited to the unpaid amount on the shares. But here, whatever, even if you have paid the full value of the shares, but if your liability in this company is unlimited, the liability is there to contribute to the company to an unlimited extent. If the company has to pay 10 lakhs to the creditors, then he is also liable to pay 10 lakhs. Then this Mr. K, he is liable to pay 10 lakhs. Why? Because his liability in the company is unlimited. His personal assets can be attached to pay off to the outsiders. It is just like the case of sole proprietorship and the partnership. It is almost the same liability. As in the sole proprietorship, your personal assets will be attached, right? So in this case also, in the case of a company, if the liability is unlimited, your personal assets can well be attached. So here we come to the end of the article. I hope I've made the things very clear to you. In case you have any doubts, please feel free to ask me in the comment section. If you have any suggestions for me, please write them in the comment box. Like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay blessed.